Hi there, it's Elaine here, and today I thought I would do a little mini series of, well, like the title of the video, getting started in collage. Now, I've sort of decided to do this because I recently had a lady on Instagram who started following me and liked my work, and she said she sort of hasn't got started yet and she wants to. And I thought, well, I gave her a couple of little tips, and then I thought, well, why don't I just give you a video to tell you how I got going and what I did. The thing is with collage, it's all in the practice. The more you do it, the more practice you get at it, the more you find out what you like, what you don't like. Yeah, go watch other people collaging. Everybody's got their own style. I believe now, I think I've got more or less my own style going. There are quite a few things that I do in my own style, but I thought this might be an opportunity to give you a little bit of help if you're struggling with collaging, and just see, you know, whether I can give you some tips along the way and show you how I got going. So these are all my collage journals or junk journals. I have got my old Dutch over the other side of the room, but at the moment it's so large I won't use that. I don't think I'm going to use that one today, but I just wanted to show you. I mean, these are mainly my collaging, but I've got some new ones obviously now. These are ones that are just started, nearly full, and this one nobody's seen really. This is my collage starting journal, and let me just put these over to one side for a minute. I don't know, they'll probably still be in shot a bit, but I don't want to knock my drink over. You might just be able to see it, but I don't know. Right, now I do generally make my own journals. The navy one, this one is the Royal Navy. I call it the Navy altered book because it is the Royal Navy since 1945. It's all text. I took all the pictures out because they were black and white and a bit sort of blurry, and they weren't that particularly brilliant, and they got sort of submarines and ships and helicopters and things like that. I have kept them, but whether I actually ever use them or not, I just don't know. So this is an altered book where I've taken out loads of pages and stuck pages together to give them some. It's nearly full, this one. Like this, there's one that's I've not used on that side. So there's two pages stuck together, and they're quite robust pages anyway. There are a number of collage in there that I can show you. This one is a junk journal that I bought from Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. It's a little mini one. I did my junk journal July in that one, but it's mainly collage obviously. I did do a few pockets and things like that. So we'll go through some of these and then I'll talk about that one. This one is a new journal that I bought from Corey from Coco's Cornucopia on Instagram. She has like a shop, which coco.cornucopia is her shop, and it's a Ladybird book. Ladybird Words for Number series, book 3, and she has put ledger paper in here, so I call it my ledger number journal. And any collaging that I put in here includes numbers in it, which is fairly easy for me because I love numbers. And then this one I made, it's my purple asters, and so the theme is purple. Every collage in here has to have purple in it, lilac, you know, that, you know, any of the purple spectrum, if you want to put it that way. And it doesn't matter what the theme is as long as it has purple in it. So there are just a few that are themed. I originally was going to choose red for this theme because it's a red notebook and red's my favourite colour, but it got to the point where, you know, it was just wasn't viable because it's quite a, even though it's a small journal, there is quite a number of pages in them, and there's some of them are small, and you know, I did actually have fun in that one, and I don't use small very often. Right, so going back to this one, this is my scrappy collage journal. Now there's a lot of stuff in here I haven't shown anyone because it's awful. It really is awful, but it was the way I was learning and playing and just enjoying putting paper onto a page. The other thing I did actually, I have brought up my giraffe journal, but I thought I'd just bring it up because it is also a theme journal. The difference is with this one, I made it all with cream paper. I just wanted plain paper and I could do what I want in it. And I also decided that there's going to be an animal or a creature or an insect or something in each of the collages. So it's another theme journal, but with plain paper, where this has got, you know, mixed paper in it. It's a proper junk journal with various things in it. That is just purely plain paper. So right, so I thought I'd just mention that before we got going. So yes, let's have a look in here. What I have done in my collage journal, I have made lists of various things. I've got tips, I've got ideas to try out, which is things like surreal and, you know, quirky, funky stuff. I've got themes, and I've written some of my own ideas down that I kind of want to do themes for. And then I've got a whole list of things I can use in collages, and images and various patterns and things I can use also in collages, which we can cover in a later video. But today I want to go through, let me just find my page. So I've written a list of my tips for getting started. These are the things that I can start a collage off with. And I've also done a few things that can kind of jumpstart you with a collage, and I'll cover both of those in different ways, and I'll show you examples out of my collage books that I showed you. So tips, my 6 starting tips are colour, a focal image or images, theme. Using prompts can be helpful if you want to. You don't have to. I personally find prompts can stifle what I want to do, because I spend so much time trying to find something for each prompt, and then I've got to make it all gel together, where if I start with something I want to do, then you can find whatever you like. to go together. So it's entirely up to you whether you like the prompts can help you, or in some ways they can hinder you. So it's your choice on whether you want to use prompts or not. I sometimes use them if they're very open to, like, not my last video, but the video before, I think, was my 2022 collage challenge video, and they've changed it to a scavenger hunt now, the Australian ladies, Julie and Lee, and they have given you one specific word, which obviously August was sewing, and you just find anything to do with sewing. There's no colours, there's no, you know, anything that you just find as much as you can that you've got yourself. And that to me is much more helpful, because okay, that's a theme, obviously you can run with that. I like themes, so I don't look at it as a prompt anymore. I look at it as a theme, so it's easier to create a collage from a theme, in my view, than prompts. So, but it again, it's entirely up to you. If they help you, then go with it. There's Margarete Miller. She has her collage challenge 5 prompts and a bonus. I mean, Carrie from Carrie's Mixed Media Art, she's got her cards. She's got her cards that she pulls, which are her inspiration to make her art journal page, which I do enjoy, and I don't feel they're prompt. I think they're inspiration. I call them inspiration cards. That's what I've told her. They're inspiration cards rather than prompts. Because last year she did use prompts, and I used my... Oops. I've got a bit of a pile and it's not very even. It's all going to collapse. I don't want to knock my drink over. In here I've got lots of Carrie's prompts. That's from week 2, and it was purple and blue, I believe, and because she had 2 colours, and I think one might have been fabric. This is only me guessing, I can't remember the others. It might have been used buttons, could be maybe a butterfly, I don't know. But there were some of the things that she did last year. This year she's using her inspiration cards, and I do actually intend to try and do some actually, but you know, I bought the cards and I can pull them whatever one I want. I don't have to use the ones that she's done, but they're things that can help you if that's what you want. Right, am I still in shot? Am I moving out of shot? Probably slightly. 5 is non-connective items. Margarete Miller also does a 3-item that she supplies. You can download it. It's like a digital of 3 particular items, and you have to put it into your collage. You can put anything else you want with it, as long as those 3 items are in the collage. That can be helpful. Generally, you know, you've got to work with those, and you can find other things to add to them if you wanted to. You don't have to. It depends on the items as well. You know, this is the thing with collage. A lot of it depends on what you're working with and what you've got, and what availability of supplies. You don't have to have loads of stuff. You just need a few books maybe you can get from charity shops, thrift shops, and just buy them very cheaply, £1 or £2 for a book that's got loads of stuff in it that you can cut out, fussy cut out, and put in your collages, which is what I do. I use magazines, and just don't go out buying loads of Tim Holtz stuff. I do have them, and I've collected them over time, but to start off, all you need is a couple of books, maybe encyclopedia type books or animal books or flowers or anything like that. I have quite a number of flower books because I love using flowers. I like using animals. So I've got quite a few bird books. I've actually got my daughter fussy cutting some of my images out that I pulled out, and because I don't really enjoy fussy cutting. I love having fussy cut pictures, items, pieces of images, but I've got arthritis and I struggle with cutting for any length of time. Makes my neck ache, makes my hands ache, and I don't enjoy it that much. But I love seeing them done and I love using them. So she's doing some for me. Yeah, sorry, I sort of went off piece there a bit again, didn't I? So you can have 3 items that you're working with if you want to do that aren't connected in any way, and you just have to make them look good on the page. Doesn't matter. I mean, a lot of my what I call busy images, they're accumulation of lots of items on a page. They're, for me, quite often it's colour or, well, I mean, these, you know, they're both brown. I've got the blue flowers. There's a green stamp down here. There's a green one there. This one is, well, it is sort of brown. And then I've got a couple of black and white images, and this one's totally different. Now, the red ladybird is what I started with, and the flowers, and then I just went from there. So all of these things help you get started by finding something you like and then building a collage from it. And the other big source of help is looking at other people's work. Use Pinterest and Instagram. I can recommend Constance Rose. That's her Pinterest name. On Instagram she's called Connie and BG, I think. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it is. I'll put them up on the screen, the names. She's very, very where's my dog one? See if I can find the dog. Where's my woofter? Where are you? There she is. There she is. So this type of collage, which is what I call my busy collage, is actually inspired by Constance Rose and her work. She puts a background down, which is what I've done. I was working with the woofter and the butterfly, so they are also colours. I don't know whether you're getting a glare. I'm getting a glare, but I don't know whether you're getting a glare. Hopefully not. The animals are all basically the same colour. The fish have got some of the blue in. The background is just a mixture of various types of ephemera. Some are digitals. These are digitals. This is a copy of a French, it's like the back of a school book, I think that was. And then there's various bits of text. This is washi tape. This is my Da Vinci washi tape. And all sorts of bits and pieces. But I always start with a background and add the images to it. So she's a big image, she went on. That was a big image, that went on. And then I work out which ones I want on top, which ones I want behind. This flower, for instance, I wanted the flower to go behind the dog and come up the page so it looks like it's hanging from the top of the page, because that's the type of flower it is anyway. It's kind of a viney type plant. And the tulip is the same colour as this. The butterfly is got the same colours as the flowers here. This one is a fussy cut from Aloha Creations. Her shop name is a_little corner shop on Instagram. I'll put it on the screen for you. And she I think the rabbit and the raccoon and that come from her. I bought some fussy cut items from her, and she's a friend, so I like to support my friends. And yeah, that's using other people's work to inspire you. You don't have to copy what they've done. You can copy their technique or their style and see if that's what you like. And let me just, I mean, this is my style. I do sometimes put backgrounds down and then put pictures on, but we'll go through the tips once I've finished giving you the the rundown of what I want to do. So things to give you a jump start. Now obviously images can give you a jump start, colours, but there are other things that you can use, things like washi tape, stamps and stamped images, napkins. Obviously napkins can be flowers and all sorts of things on napkins. They're really pretty. You can put them as a background and then go from there. I'll show you bits for that. Die cuts, they could either be your Tim Holtzy type things. I've got some paper dolls in there, and I use very small die cuts. I'll show you some of the things that I use. You don't have to have them. I mean, if you've got a Sizzix machine, obviously you can cut your own dies and use them in your collages. Stenciling, I use stencils on the backgrounds and things like that. And sometimes I used a masterboard type background, which is a lot of what I do is kind of like putting a masterboard down and then putting your collage on top of it. So as I say, I'll show you some of these as I go along. There could be lots more. They're just some of a few of the things that I thought of at the time. So I was going to go through some of this. Yeah, I'll come back to that. The next thing that I kind of also want to touch on are discoveries of what you like and what you don't like. Now in this book, this is a really starting collage book. It was probably my first one. I was kind of experimenting and working things out in here. There's nothing worse than the blank page syndrome. You sit there with a blank page and you think, right, what am I going to put on that? And so actually having a junk journal can be very useful, because this one here, the background is a painted paper that I put in. Oh, that's a scrapbook paper. You can use scrapbook paper as well to start you off. I don't know whether I put that in the list. Let me have a look. I can't remember now. Well, that was more in the jump start really. Scrapbook paper, I should have put that on there. Let's put that down if I can find me a pen. Just use the black pen for now. Scrapbook paper. There we go. We'll put that one on there. Right, where was I? Yes. So a junk journal can be helpful, because if you've got mixed papers in here, you can use the backgrounds that are already in it. This is one of my own hand dyed papers, and it's a bit thin. Well, if you've got something on that side, you wouldn't even know, but that's a Tim Holtz die cut. So's that. They come out the die cut sort of packets that you can get. So yeah, the blank page syndrome. So that can be quite difficult, and so having a jump start of something on a page, there's a bit of stamping. Okay, that one didn't come out very well, but I was testing my stamps. They were new at the time, and I've already got something on the page. This one, I did actually do it on there. It didn't work very well, but obviously this is a painty gel print, sorry, a gel print, and it's lovely colours. It's quite bold, but you've got to start somewhere. I've got some painted papers in here that some of them are a little bit I kind of probably wouldn't use them in a good journal, but I thought, well, put them in here, it doesn't matter, I'll be covering a lot of them up anyway. There's a bit of painted paper there, coloured paper that's, I think it's just that grey colour, and there's some paint on here. I've got stamps on that one, and I used this was my Japanese stamps that I got from Paper Artsy. There's a bit of washi tape that's got the pagodas, or well, the buildings at Chinesey or whatever they are, just to help you start the collage. I've got a little bit on the page. Whether I put any more on that page, I don't know. The stamp's doing the job for me. But you start adding things, you've still got a collage. This one, that's a napkin, the blue flowers a napkin. And then here's a little sticker, which looks like he's coming unstuck a bit. I'll put some glue on him. This is from a washi tape, I think, that's got writing on it. And that's all that's on the page. It's still a collage, and you've hardly done anything really. But you've still enjoyed putting, you know, the napkin down and what have you. This is book pages. Oh, I'll probably just some spare washi tape that I've just stuck on there, I think. Yeah, it's this one's got painted paper. This is black, and obviously that can change what you're putting on the page because it's a dark colour. Right, so discoveries. Let me just run through a couple of the discoveries that I've written down. So that's the blank page syndrome. How to use washi tape. Now, when you use washi tape, I was finding that I didn't quite know what to do with it. So I started putting washi tape on a page. Just stuck bits down. That's all I started with. This is a bit of napkin, and then I thought, I don't know what to do now, so I went away and I come back and I put a bit more on. I found a stamped bird. I've got quite a lot of, some of my stamps I've stamped up on various different papers, and so I just sort of tore one of them out, and she went on there, that little wren. Jenny Wren, as we call them here. Jenny Wren. Well, my nan used to call him Jenny Wren. That's a cat out of a magazine. These are stickers. And the trouble is with washi tape, you've got edges. Unless you want to cut out, or they come cut out, like this one for instance, you could cut round it and use that, or you could just put a whole a whole lot on the page and then use that. You could put it on the edge, and it was me finding out what to do with washi tape that made it look reasonable. There was one that yeah, this white, this is a transparent washi tape that I'd put on here, and I wanted to try it out because it was white. It's a white print on a transparent tape, and all the prints were different. They were like little mini type of collages, if you like, bit posterly looking. Actually, I might, yeah, I showed you, I sort of spotted one up here, didn't I? So they look a bit like this, and they're all different, basically pictures on down the tape. Don't even know, I probably could find it, I could show you, but and I didn't know what to do with them, really. I just didn't know what to do. So I put it on the black paper because I wanted to be able to see it, because it's white, which is great, but you can see all the edges. And I thought, well, I don't know whether I like that. Right, so what I did is, this is another part of the tape. So I put them in 3 places, all on the black paper. And then I found some stickers. I found this birdie. The birdie actually goes with Oriental stickers that I got from B Belfast on Instagram. She's actually called Spix Pix on Etsy. I'll put them on the screen. And this is also some of her stickers. I was doing this one, and I thought, well, I'll use the bird that kind of matches her. I like to make page, even though they're not connected, if I've got an open spread, I like them to look a little bit like they might gel together a bit better if there's just some elements that work, you know, together. So I put these items to try and cover up this edge. I mean, I probably could have put it nearer to the edge of the paper so that edge doesn't matter, and then slowly cover up the edges around it. It's just a way of learning how to use washi tape, really, and making it look something on the page underneath the collage, or adding to the collage, rather than just going, right, there's a bit of washi tape, plonk it on. That bit of washi tape keeps coming up. I should have put some, I probably never put any glue behind them. Washi tapes, if you want to stay on your collage, you need to put glue on it, because they're not designed to be permanent, really, washi tapes. So yes, that's some of what I found, that how to play with washi tape before you start putting it onto your, you know, your main collages. So I do advise you to get, you know, a little book of any sort. Doesn't have to be a junk journal. You can use an altered book if you wanted to. I could give you links to how you prepare an altered book. I haven't got one on my channel, actually. I will have to do that, because I keep sending them off to other people, and I could show you how I do it myself. I know Carrie's got an altered book, possibly video. I know Barbara from 49 Dragonflies has probably got one as well, so I'll link them to go together. Link them down below for how to prepare an altered book. There are quite a few on the YouTube telling you how to prepare an altered book. Basically, you tear pages out, you stick pages together to make the page thicker. I mean, that one's probably got at least 2 pages stuck together, and they're quite robust, really, and they'll take paint. This one's not got anything on this side, but the difference between that one, where it's got collaging on both sides, compared to that one, it's much more softer, because there's not actually anything on this side yet. So yeah, an old book, and you do need to take a lot of pages out of an old book, because the collaging bulks it up. And yeah, I mean, I did have a lot of trouble with that book initially, but it's righted itself. If you also, if you do want to use an altered book, don't run from front to back when you're collaging, because it twists the spine. You need to jump around, or go back, front to back, middle, front to back sort of thing, so that the spine doesn't go completely warped, which is what can happen. And obviously it's becoming gator mouth. It isn't quite full yet. There are quite a few pages still to fill or finish off in that one. Get yourself a notebook, really. It doesn't matter, it's got lines on it, or you can have one that's got blank pages. or buy one, little junk journals and things from other people on. This was made by Barbara, 49 Dragonflies, as I said, and this one's from Corey. I bought this specifically because she's got a very large number of ledger papers that are all different, and she's made the book, and so she's just used a cinch to put them together. I mean, if you've got something like that, then you can put your own together. I might have somewhere where you can make your own journals. I mean, this is just basically scrapbook paper, finding all sorts of pages. You can just use copy paper and you just sew it together with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I think I've got one where I'm stitching my new Big Gertie together. Right, so that's washi tape. Sorry, I keep wandering off, don't I? I took my thingy out to show you things and I can't find it. Right. Oh yes, I was going to go into that. Go back to this one. I also found out that I like this kind of layering up of small items together. It's like a, I think I've got another one somewhere with stickers, tickets, purely tickets. Well, I know I have got one with tickets because they stick out. I love doing this. I get pleasure from doing that. This is my one of my, there's a challenge of some sort and I haven't written it on there. So yeah, the actual layering up of tickets and making it in a fan, I've got loads of things that I've done that now. I really enjoy doing that. And I've sort of figured out how to kind of semi cover up edges. It doesn't completely work all the time, and it's just discoveries along the way and things that you like to do. You don't do it on every single collage, but I mean, to practice it you can for a little while just to get the hang of it. There it is. But start small. Do 2 or 3 items. Don't try and do my busy ones like I do straight away, because it's overwhelming. Just start small. You can build up layers. I mean, some of these I've done in here. Let me show you. This one I started with the napkin on the page. This is a piece of the same napkin. This napkin comes all the way down here, and the bird is also on that napkin, and this little bit of pattern here. So I put all the background papers down, then I put the napkin on, and I then decided I needed to find something that went, and I wanted to use the ladies. So I found these 2 ladies that have got the colours of the napkins in them. So she's obviously from the leaves and she's from some of the flowers. The purple is quite strong, so I didn't use a lot more purple. I deliberately did that because the purple is quite powerful. This is a way of dealing with colour, as well as I'm using napkins to start me, and then I'm using a focal images to carry on with. You just build it up. So once they went on the page, I didn't actually stick them down completely. I stuck them in the place I wanted them. So mostly their body was stuck, but the heads and their legs were all floating. I mean, her arm and these ribbons were floating because she sticks out, just in case I wanted to tuck stuff underneath, which obviously I did here. The falcon, peregrine falcon I think he is, his tail goes underneath her legs and his wings go over the top of her legs. And then all of the small pieces were added they were matching colours along the way. As I said, I like to use colour. The green car, I don't know whether you can see that because it gets a bit of glare on it. They're slightly shiny, so they do get a little bit of glare. This has come out of the collage book. Extraordinary things to cut out on collage. And like I think he's a weasel or something, stoat, I don't know, one of them. I'd use the trouble is with some books, you've got images on both sides, and so you cut out one that you want to use and you turn it over and you think, oh, do I want that one? Which one shall I choose? So you choose the one you want, and then all I had was this part of him. All his legs and everything are gone onto the back of whatever else I'd done, which is probably one of the ones in here. And I thought, well, he needs to tuck behind because I've got no legs and body, I've just got his head. So he's not a waste. Don't ever throw things away because you might only need that part of him. Why cut off something when you've got it, when you've got something that hasn't got any anyway, because you've already cut it off because of something else on the other side. There's always things, ways round using stuff. And I've got stamps, vintage stamps, all in colours that are on the page. I have tickets. I've got quite a number of vintage tickets because I like to collect them and use them in my collages. And there's various Tim Holtz mini ephemera snippets or whatever they're called. And he's a sticker. I actually cut him out of he came out of my sticker book, the antiquarian sticker book, and he had, I mean, they do have quite a lot of edging around them, and I cut him down so that it was just a little bit closer to his legs and stuff. But again, he's on the colours on the page, and they all come from the blue gecko is out because he's blue and yellow, so that's where the yellowy colours coming from, goldy colour. And you build the page up little by little, finding the pieces you want. Don't think you've got to finish it all in one go, because quite often I don't finish all mine in one go. On the ones I've recorded, obviously I've done in one go, but it still could take me 2 days to record that, 2 or 3 days, or attempts to get it done. And they're just some of the things that I do to find out things that I like to do and what I don't like to do. I don't like to fussy cut. But I love having fussy cut items. I love making backgrounds. I can do, I mean, some of these I just went through and stuck backgrounds down, and then put, this one is not really finished. This is a number, it's a Ladybird book, and Corey made quite a few of these out of the covers of the Ladybird book. So she took the cover off, and that's the original inside as well, and made it into a ledger. And basically she calls them a ledger journal, junk journal really, and she used a cinch to put them together. And I thought, yes, it's smallish, it's not too overwhelming. It's quite a nice little one to do when you think, oh, I don't know what to do, and I could just do, you know, a little collage. I've got my tickets, I've got my stickers that I love, and it's a tiny little bit of scrapbook paper, a couple of stickers, and a stamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items on that page. I did it over to this side because I liked this and I didn't want to cover it up. Obviously I've covered a little bit up, but basically I kept the collage to this side because of that. I like the number and I love the writing, you know, the way it's been handwritten. And so you can use what you have on a page when it's something that you like. If not, you just cover it up and get rid of it. And don't be frightened of covering stuff up. This one hasn't got anything else on the page. I think it's completely blank, that one. It was some of your Creative Studio pieces that I've been using, and I think that's a Tim Holtz stamp. This is, I did a masterboard with vintage tickets all over it, and I printed it out and I've used it in various different ways, and this was just an offcut, and I used it as a strip through the collage, and everything was very linear. And so you find ways of things that you like to do. I mean, I quite like linear things, I like busy things, I like certain colours especially. I don't like green, but the thing is, there is a time when you have to use things that you don't like. Obviously the ledger paper in here has already got numbers in it because they're ledger papers. They could have dates, they could have the number of an item. That's 154489, and so I've already got starting off points. Just use what you have. I used washi tape to start this one, and I went from there. I wanted to use my new washi tape that I'd got from the washi tape shop, and it was an Oriental, Year of the Tiger or whatever it was, this year, and I bought some of these Oriental washi tapes. So the starting off point in this whole collage was the tape. I put the tape on the page first and built everything up around it afterwards. Yeah, I quite like that one. I will just spread out all my lovely journals because I do love them all, and I hope it's the start of helping you get going with collaging. Until next time, thank you for watching, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Give me any comments that you want me, if there's anything you want me to cover specifically in a future video, or you just want to ask me questions, that's fine. Just give me a comment down below, that's great. And if you enjoyed it, please subscribe to watch more videos, and I hope to see you next time. So stay safe, keep well, and bye for now.